getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.
What is going on, YouTube? 5.0 Primo, of course, with another video. Today's video, we are doing something a little bit different. I'm going to pretty much go over Colossus. Now, it's been a year since I've gotten the car. Actually, March was the year that I've had the car. So I've bought it in 2020 in March. It's now 2021 of March, or I'm sorry, 2021 of April. And yeah, we've done a lot since you know, within this year that of purchasing the vehicle. We've done a lot. So I'm pretty much gonna go over all my mods on the vehicle, and this ain't no silly mods. These are mods. These are true mods. I'm gonna go over all my mods on the car, and I'm gonna go over prices with y'all on how much everything costs. If you saw my last video, we hit the track. If you haven't seen it, go watch that video, man. It was pretty awesome. We hit the track and we got a best time of 10:01. So now I'm still debating if I'm gonna go back, but I might go back just so I can get into those nines. I feel like I can. Maybe with a little bit of weight reduction, I'll be able to do that. So I'm probably gonna head back with the seats removed. I got some 26s now. At the time I had 28 Hoosiers, but I have 26s of some MT Street R's, so that might help put the power down a little bit better. But yeah, might go for that 9 pass or lower, but we'll see. But so on my mod list is pretty much going to be a list of, you know, what it takes to get you to a low 10. So we'll say you know, a low 10-second car. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the mod list, because I get a lot of questions, messages, comments, all that stuff of, you know, what's my mod list? What do I have to the vehicle? What do I have done to the vehicle that, you know, helped me get that time? So I'm gonna pretty much go over everything thoroughly, and I'm gonna go in order of, you know, the stuff that I bought and the times that I went at the track with those things. So let's go ahead and start off with the power adder. So it is a 2650 Roush Supercharger. So it's obviously boosted. It's 2650 Roush Supercharger. You know, when I first bought the Supercharger, everyone was giving me hell about the Supercharger. Builds too much heat. It's not going to put out any power. You know, it lacks a lot of power just because it produces a lot of heat. And, you know, at first when I did this, when I made the purchase, I did it, you know, solely to keep my warranty. I didn't, you know how all out I was going to go. If I could go back and do it all over again, I probably would get a different Supercharger. But I'm happy with what it's doing. You know, I'm definitely happy with, you know, shutting down the doubters on the Supercharger. Like I feel like almost like I'm representing, you know, that group that do have these Superchargers and that get down a lot about it, because, you know, people say they're trash. And obviously 1001 still on 93 octane. I mean, that's pretty solid. So, you know, it is what it is. A simple cooling mod upgrade will fix heat issues, so I didn't see the big deal about it. But we're obviously not in warranty anymore, so there's that. But like I said, if I can do it all over again, I probably would do a different Supercharger. But either way, this is where we're at. So yes, 2650 Roush Supercharger. Now I did it a little different too. being that I am a technician here at my local Ford dealer, I pretty much went the route of adding the supercharger to the note of the vehicle. Being that I get discounts and all that stuff, I just thought that would be the better move for me, you know, because these kits, they're pretty expensive. So my whole deal was, well, I knew I wanted a supercharged Mustang. It was just, when would I be able to even pick up the supercharger? I mean, these superchargers aren't cheap, guys. So the way I decided, well, okay, let me see what the numbers are with the car, and then from that point, see if I can squeeze in the supercharger. And if it sounds reasonable, if it sounds, you know, to my price range of what I wanted to pay, cool. So I think the car, it's a premium. I ended up getting the car for about $42, so I went ahead and added the supercharger to the note. Now, the supercharger kit usually costs about $8,000. Like I said, because it was a Roush dealer, Ford, you know, I can get that kind of discount. So I actually paid $7,200 for the Roush supercharger kit, and it was a phase 1. So $7,200 for the Roush supercharger kit, and like I said, discount, you might pay a little more. I had a doctor purchase the Roush supercharger kit, and I installed it for him, and his kit came out to about $8,000. So like I said, it will vary, but so safe side, $8,000 for the supercharger kit, and that's not even including labor. Now, with all my prices that I give y'all, there's no labor. I do all my own work on the car. Being that I'm a tech, you know, I turn my own wrenches. So I'm gonna give you the prices of just the parts. I can kind of throw out a labor time of what I would probably charge a customer for these things, but okay. So supercharger, $8,000. Labor, well, let's see. Okay, let's use the doctor for reference. His supercharger kit was about $8,000. I charged about $12 for, 12 hours for install. I think it was 12 to 14 hours of install. So if you do 12 hours times whatever the shop's labor rate is, we'll say average is about $125. He probably paid like a little over, you know, $2,500 for labor. So I mean, out the door, his ticket was about, you know, $10,500. So that's what you're gonna be looking into if you don't, you know, do your own work. You're gonna looking to pay a good $10,000 at least for a supercharger kit and the install. So next mod, what did I do after the supercharger? Well, I was in the process of doing a free flowing exhaust. So the first thing I purchased was a Steeda H pipe. The Steeda H pipe ran me, I want to say, excuse me, I want to say the Steeda H pipe ran me $200. So again, $200. You take it to a shop, it honestly didn't take that long. They'll probably charge you maybe an hour to 2 hours. So depending on what their labor rate is, hour to 2 hours. So if it's 2 hours at $125, I mean, you're looking to pay, you know, a little over, you know, $500 maybe for a Steeda H pipe with install. So that was my second mod that I did. My mod after that was a Flowmaster Outlaw axle back, and that setup ran me $700. Yeah, I want to say it was about $695. So $700 for a Flowmaster Outlaw axle back. That again doesn't take too long. So I'll say about maybe another 2 hours at the most. Really, I mean, it's not that long, but I'm just gonna say 2 hours. So $700 plus, you know, $250 in labor. So you're gonna be looking at paying a good $950 for an axle back install. After that, I got some of the exhaust of, you know, how I wanted it to sound. I went ahead and at this time it was summertime, so I wasn't really enjoying the car, and I knew that yes, these things do produce some heat, so let me get that fixed, taken care of. So after I did the Steeda H pipe and the Flowmaster Outlaw axle back, I wanted to get the cooling tank care, so I went the route of a killer chiller. And you know, I have videos of all these parts installed or being installed on the car. I went through the install process on all my videos, so you can go look at all that stuff as well. If you want to tackle it yourself, those videos are there for you. That's pretty much what I do this stuff for. But killer chiller cost me $1,100. So $1,100 for the killer chiller. Install is gonna be maybe a good 5 hours for install. So 5 hours times 125. I mean, you're probably gonna walk out the door paying maybe like $2,200 for a killer chiller with install. Okay, so killer chiller, I went that route. After that, I had hit the track. Wait, I'm sorry, no, I hit the track before I got the killer chiller. I had hit the track before the killer chiller, and I ran a 11.5. That video is also on the channel, so you want to go watch that, go ahead and go hit that. But yeah, I ran 11.5. That was almost towards the end of summertime. So then I got the killer chiller because I knew 11.5 wasn't good enough for me, especially being boosted. So that's when I did the killer chiller. So again, about $2,200 for a killer chiller. And the killer chiller I got is the bigger unit. I recommend the bigger unit. Don't get the smaller unit. It's just more efficient. But yes, killer chiller, $2,200. So then after I did the killer chiller, we went and got long tube headers. Long tube headers, I want to say I paid $775 out the door for long tube headers at Lethal Performance. So, oh yeah, let me give a quick shout out to Lethal Performance, because everything I've purchased from Lethal Performance has been like A1. From, you know, I think I purchased 3 things from Lethal Performance, and every time I purchased from them, it's been, if I ordered on a Monday, like I got it that week. Everything. Headers I ordered on Monday, received them that Friday. What else did I order from them? Oh, my drag wheels, ordered on Monday, received them that Friday. What else did I order from these guys? I ordered something else from them. Can't remember. But anyways, yes, okay. Long tube headers, $800. Install is probably gonna be like another $600. So you're probably looking at maybe $1,200–1,300 for long tube headers installed out the door. Now the only thing is with long tube headers, they do vary. I have stainless power. Stainless power ran me $775 out the door. Okay, so we did the long tubes, and after we did the long tubes, we did go back to the track, and we ran a 10.80 at the track. 10.80 at the track. At that time though, we started catching some lean issues. So when I was getting the lean issues, the next thing I knew that needed to be done was the booster pump. I have a JMS booster pump installed on the car. Got a video on that as well. And this booster pump I actually picked up off a buddy for $100. So, you know, normally a booster pump is going to run you about anywhere from $200 to $350, depending on, you know, what booster pump you get. But so the booster pump was $100. Install, it's not that long. I'd say maybe about an hour install at the most. So I mean, you're gonna probably spend a good $450 on a booster pump. Or, you know, you can avoid all the labor and just watch my videos, and they'd help you out. But moving on. So booster pump we got installed so we could fix the lean issue. And then 10.80 was respectable, but for me, my goal was a low 10-second car. So after that, I decided, okay, let me step it up. At the time, I had 20s on the vehicle with some NT 555 R2s on the rear, 305 35s. Then I had a 265 35 in the front. But so the NT 555Rs, you know, they did solid for, you know, some decent time. It wasn't, I mean, they did okay. They do great on prep. But I knew, because I was going to go up in horsepower, that I had to get rid of the NT 555 R2s. So, oh, and those NT 555R2s cost me about maybe about like 550 for both, for 2 rears. So there's that. So I ditched the NT 555R2 and I went with these guys. These are 18 by 5 in the front and 17 by 10 in the back, wrapped in some NT street R's. Of course, I got a 305 305 45 in the rear, and then I got a 26 tire by 6 in the front. And so for the drag wheels, they ran me $950 out the door from Lethal Performance, so that was cool. The tires, the front tires ran me, I want to say, yeah, the front tires were $440, and I got those from P&H Tire in my area. And the rear tires, I want to say, yeah, I got them for $550. So $440 and $550 on tires. So that's about almost $1,000 right there just in tires. And then the drag wheels, another $1,000 in drag wheels. So yeah, I honestly, I want to say I got a good deal on the tires. So I want to give a little plug into P&H Tire. Hit up the homeboy Xavier. He will give you the best deal on the tire. Just tell him I sent you, and he will take care of you guys. So P&H Tire, hit him up. Number right here, address right here. If you need some tires, just hit him up. Okay, but moving on. So we did the drag wheels, and then that's when we hit the track. And that is my current time now, 10:01. So what's the total that it took to get to that 10:01 on a Rouse Supercharger? Well, with all that stuff installed on the car, TDH pipe, Flowmaster Outlaw, axle back, killer chiller, long tube headers, boost the pump, the drag wheels, total comes out to $5,490. Now, if you want to include your supercharger, that's $13,490. $13,490. If you can avoid labor, that's what you pay. If you can avoid, if you can avoid labor prices and do the work yourself, that's what you're going to pay to run a 10:01 at the track on a 2650 Rouse Supercharger. $13,490. Not bad. Not bad to get into almost a 9-second car. A little bit of weight reduction, and you're pretty much there. You're pretty much in the 9 seconds. Probably a 9.9, maybe a 9.8. But there you have it, guys. And there's the update.
But wait, there's more.
Alright, guys. Sorry about that. I had to make another clip because I did forget about another mod, and probably the most important mod that helped me get that 10:01, and that was the custom tune with the tuner device. And so the price is going to be different now. The tuner device cost me $500 from Lethal Performance. That was the third thing that I had purchased from Lethal Performance, but tuner device was $500. Then the custom tune from Wenger Performance was $700. So that brought the new total to $6,690. Now, if you include the supercharger with that, you're looking at $14,690 for the entire setup to run a 10:01, or possibly a higher 9. But just wanted to clear that up. Also, if you're looking for getting a custom tune done, I highly encourage you to hit up Wenger Performance. The guy is a whiz with these tunes. From the daily driving, it's phenomenal. But even better is, doing some pulls from a roll, or obviously, doing some digs at the track. It's definitely exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I just wanted a low 10-second vehicle, being that I'm almost there at a high 9 is awesome. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Just hit up Wenger Performance if you're looking for a tune. You know, give me a shout out in there. You know, if you decide to go with them as a tuner, just let them know I sent you. And let's move on to the video. Now, like I said, that was just the first year of owning the car. Now we're into the second year of owning the car, and it is cosmetics. So that's pretty much what we are focused on, is cosmetics. And with that said, I already ordered my first thing to change on the vehicle. Should be here this next coming up week, and of course there's going to be a video on that. But Sierra Cosmetics, so I want this thing to look just as aggressive as it is on the street. So that's what we're into now. Now we're into cosmetics, so stay tuned for the next video and the next install, the first install of changing up the looks of Colossus. It's gonna be a lot, but we're gonna get there, and we'll, you know, it's gonna take some time. Like I said, for the second year, cosmetics, it's gonna cost a little bit of money, just like the first year with horsepower, but that's the name of the game. Stay tuned for the next video, next install. Y'all take it easy, guys. Peace.
I was born and when I watched me elevate.